This is Co-op Chronicles, episode 40. Hello and welcome back to Co-op Chronicles. This is episode 40 and I am Pint Size Geisha and I have Black Label.
Hello.
And Azalee.
Hello.
And today's episode is...
We're going to talk about what makes a great RPG, from mechanics to players' perspective in the game story.
just what makes a great RPG. I thought Az was leading this episode.
She came up with the topic.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, the topic.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So, we're going to talk about, what makes an RPG stand out, from epic storytelling to leveling, the loot, the way it looks.
The booty.
Let's go ahead and start with a quick question. Or first of all,
I'm okay.
how is everybody doing?
Well, Damon knows I've had a really crazy week.
Yeah.
I've been on an emotional roller coaster all week long. Unfortunately, my grandmother passed away on Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah, and then my family, unfortunately, is not doing great at the time. And then the universe loves to push me and test me all at once. And then someone from my past who played a huge role in my past came back into my life naturally, like organically, not the way like, oh, you know what, I'm going to look up this person and reach out to this person. We were literally at the same place at the same time.
Ooh,
And I'm like, oh my God, it's you.
that's the worst.
I know. But I took
It's
it.
you.
It's you. But I took it as a sign, because we didn't end on great terms. We actually ended on really, really bad terms. And I took it as a sign of maybe this is the universe and I'm religious. Maybe this is God telling me that this is a test. Like, what are you going to do, Geisha? Are you going to forgive and forget and move forward, have closure, let her have closure, or are you going to keep holding grudges? Like, unfortunately, my family's kind of holding grudges right now. So I'm going to have lunch with her after this and let her say her piece.
Wow.
Yes.
That's so sweet of you.
Thank you.
I'm really glad. That's like true character growth.
Thank you. This is my one character growth of the year. Okay. Don't expect this again.
Yeah.
Don't tempt me.
Don't tempt me again. But it's been a crazy week for me. My emotions have been up and down and all around. And luckily, I'm taking tomorrow and Tuesday off.
You're a very strong
Yes.
person for that.
Thank you. I try.
Not a
I
lot
try
of
to be a
people
good
could go through
person.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Beb? How was your week? How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm dealing with some stuff as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
we're here.
It's only February, guys. I need
It's
you
only
to
fucking
relax.
February, guys.
I need
Yeah.
you to relax.
And God and the universe is already testing me. Okay.
Yeah. But
Jesus.
yeah, I'm excited for was it next week where we got Vic from the Gamesy Moss, right?
Gamesy Moss.
Gamesy Moss next
Are
weekend.
is he coming on?
He's coming on ours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's coming on ours as a
Yeah.
guest.
Yeah,
And
so
then
I'll come
Really
up with that.
exciting.
Yeah.
You should listen to his podcast.
He's a tabletop
Tabletop.
board game. I mean,
Yeah.
he talks about a lot of things,
Yeah.
but he's very expert.
He
in-
like one of the episodes I listened to, I was my eyes were opened to new tabletop board game kind of stuff, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Ooh, this seems really fascinating.
he-
I need to
Yeah.
get friends."
yeah.
I know. I remember I was listening to one of his episodes, and he was talking about a website where you can play tabletop games.
Yeah, it's called. Well, I don't know the one that he did, but the one I like to play is like Tabletoptopia or something.
Oh, I
like
don't
that.
think it was that one.
No, I don't think
But
so.
it was crazy. I was like, you can play tabletop games on the interwebs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Babe, remember when we first started talking? We were talking about Gwent. Gwent?
Oh, dude, I loved Gwent.
from The Witcher, the little card
I played
game.
that a lot.
Yeah, and I have this memory of like being in bed. It's like 11 o'clock. My lights are all off, and I'm on my computer downloading Gwent so him and I could play, and it didn't work. So I was like, I'm just going to bed.
Oh no. That's so
I was
funny.
really good at that. Yeah.
I was too.
Yeah. But okay. Yeah, let's get back into the
Yeah.
RPG.
Anyways, shout out to Gamesy Moss.
Yeah.
You'll hear from him.
You'll
next
hear
Next
from
week.
him next week.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about what's the first RPG that you both have ever fell in love with, or that you did fall in love with, and why? Why was it?
First ever, like I really, really fell in love with. God, is Zelda an RPG? Like a Link to the Past?
It's more of like a action RPG, but I mean it's an RPG. Yeah.
I think any game could be an RPG.
Yeah, if you
I
break it
feel like
down,
it's like
really, you know.
I feel like it's an.
I think some
RPG
people classify
in a way,
RPGs as
yeah.
like games where you customize your character.
Mhm.
I mean, you do
or-
with that kind of. You get new weapons, new
Yeah,
shields. So I
that's
guess
true.
in a way,
Yeah,
it's
in a
kinda-
way.
Yeah.
I want to say my first was Zelda: Link to the Past.
Okay.
I
that's a-
love that game. That game is like the epitome of gaming right there to me in my
Yeah.
mindset.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kingdom of Amalur.
Yeah.
Kingdom
Kingdom
Hearts.
Hearts.
It's my favorite RPG game ever made.
Yeah. Mine was. I would say I played Final Fantasy 2, but Final Fantasy 3 on Super Nintendo. Man, that was the bee's knees.
The bee's knees.
There was like so many secret things too to that game that you could do that made you like if you missed it, you wanted to replay it. So because you can get like there's this ninja guy that's in the game, and there's a certain area. It's kind of like mid to late game where you can only get him if you stay on this meteor that's crashing, because it's either you need to jump off this meteor and survive, or you can wait. Which obviously that's what I did. I was like, yo, we need to get off this. The first time I played, and then one time, I was like, man, how do you get this guy? And obviously back then you had the little gaming guides,
the books.
the books,
The books were the best
walkthroughs.
part.
and it was like the way you get this guy is you have to stay to the very last second on this meteor or this piece of earth crashing or whatever, and then he just comes out of nowhere. He drops down and he's like, oh,
What's
and-
up, dudes?
Yeah, and he just joins you, and you're like, nice.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
Side note, Yami like loves it when you're here. He's all about you when you're here.
He is.
He is.
It's that 1 week the weekend we spent together.
Yeah.
So do you guys? Oh, sorry.
No.
Do you guys remember a specific moment that made you go, yeah, this is the game, or this is what I want from a game, or this is the game that makes this is it. You know what I mean? Like this is the game. Is there a
Yes.
moment when you were playing it? And
Yes.
Yes.
Obviously.
Yes.
tell me.
I think it's mostly like the environment that
Mhm.
really draws me in. Like Kingdom of Amalur is very like fantasy-esque, very like D&D, just based off of like the writer of it. And I think that's what like really draws me into it. I just love that kind of like that kind of aesthetic of a background. So
Mhm.
it just draws me in. And I like the design of it all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
So my answer is going to shift a little bit. So first ever RPG that I fell in love with was Zelda: A Link to the Past. But my favorite RPG is Bloodborne, right? Exactly. And to me, it's if you load up Bloodborne, right? If you load it up, you leave it alone, they'll play the cutscene, right? And the cutscene alone, like I'm not even in this game yet. The cutscene alone is like, oh my God. The music is great. You're like hunting things and like you're chopping off the head of something and you have a little torch and you're exploring like these underground things. And it's just like dredge, horror, blood, guts, darkness, everything I love.
That's great. That's
Yeah.
so cool that they do that.
I know. I should start it up and you guys should watch it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
great.
I've never played it, so I have no idea.
I want to see if I can find it.
What that opening scene looks like. But I can.
It's not even a part of the game. It's just if you leave it alone, it'll play.
Is
Yo.
it kind of like a
And it
trailer
never,
almost?
yeah, like kind of like a trailer of it, but it's not the official trailer, and it's not a scene that's in the game. It's just like there hanging out. Like they made it, and they're like, "Where should we put this?" And they're like, "Oh, we'll just leave it here." Let me see if I can find it.
What are you looking up?
I'm looking up the little trailer thing that I just talked about.
I'm gonna. Okay, this isn't the game that I wanted to talk about. But I want you guys to let me see if I can figure it out real quick while she's over there. Or let me actually. Are you done? Or are you still continuing?
No, I'm done. I'm just kind of looking it up.
Okay. I'll talk about mine while you find it. So, the way I found out, well, I didn't find out, but Final Fantasy 3, again, to me, changed my life for the better when it came to RPGs. Because back then, I don't know how old or if Azali was born when I played that game. But, yeah, I was like by myself a lot. And so when I played that game, it kind of gave me immersion. Because back then, it was a lot different with parents going to work and kids staying home by themselves. So I was like home by myself a lot. So that's what turned me to video games. And so playing Final Fantasy 3 kind of like, I don't know, it gave me another world to like immerse myself and like talk to characters. It was just a fun game. Plus, like, it was so long. Like, it wasn't just like you play this game, you die, you have to start all over. Like Final Fantasy, you just like, you play, you save, you continue, you play, you save. Whoa, calm down over there.
I know, I turned it off. I'm sorry.
And then, and then you're constantly meeting new characters, finding new things, exploring new mounts. Like, the story is just crazy. There's bad guys, good guys. It was just like such a interesting
Such
game.
a great game.
Yeah, and the artwork was like, I didn't appreciate the artwork when I was younger, but I had like the little pamphlet of the game when it came out, and like the artwork for Final Fantasy 3 was so amazing. It was like ahead of its time, I think. Like, it's so good. It kind of reminds me of like Final Fantasy 3 artwork reminds me of like Elden Ring artwork, like more sharp. But Final Fantasy 3 is more sharper. But like, I don't know how to explain it, and it makes like all of them are kind of like, it has a feminesque type look to the characters.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Like, it's very beautiful art. I'm not sure how to explain it, but that was a
I'm
great
pretty sure
game.
people know what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
Okay,
yeah, because there's this one player, this one character in Final Fantasy 3 that you're talking about, but I thought it was a woman, but it's not a woman.
Yeah, like right here. Like,
What's his name?
I don't know his name, but like the art is just like, it was pretty. It was just like such good artwork, and you're just like,
This is kind of a deviation from that, but that artwork right there reminds me of an anime called Record of Lodoss War. If you've ever watched
yeah,
it,
I've watched
it's
that.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It's like the most beautiful. It's also very like fantasy D&D-esque, and it's beautiful. And the artwork is like very similar to that.
yeah,
It's very crazy.
I really do like good artwork. I think that's what made me fall in love with Elden Ring. There's like not a lot of games with amazing artwork now. Now it's like I don't know, typical 3D models, especially with like the games, to me personally, that have come out, and it's mainly like, oh, what's the biggest game right now? Oh, like an FPS game, or like some game I've never heard of. Like, I've been playing Avowed recently, and the art in Avowed is pretty good. The only bad thing about that game is a lot of the monster models. Oh, the cat's
Lunchtime.
That's lunchtime.
food. A lot of the monster models in Avowed are reused, just revamped.
Oh.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a pretty game.
Yeah, I think the attention to detail for the game itself is kind of where you win a lot of people. Like the story and the plot is like great, but if it's like just like beautiful, I kind of will just like play it.
Yeah.
Just to like experience the world.
Are you done over there, or do you want me to keep going?
I found it, but then I lost it. I don't know where it went.
Go back. You look up your history.
Yeah.
Okay, well, see, this is the official trailer. Okay, I'm gonna play the official trailer. Do you want me to mute it or not?
You could play it so we.
The music is so good.
I don't think we'll get copywritten. I don't think.
I don't know. But
I
we'll
don't think so.
find out.
We'll find out. Or it's not used for any
Can you see
paid
it?
intent. Yeah. What is this?
It's kind of grainy.
Made men by the blood. Undone by the blood.
It's so epic. Like,
It's
I never.
so epic.
Yeah.
So the music alone is so good.
Yeah. It's
That's a trailer, but I can't find like
The
the opening.
developers are really amazing, and like they can design a whole game, but also they can just build these like captivating trailers.
Yeah.
Or these great intros, and you're just
Hey,
like,
turn that down now,
sorry.
please.
Sorry.
amazing.
Yeah,
I know.
Did you guys notice a difference between playing like an RPG and any other genre games right away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clearly.
I think you can.
Clearly.
It's just like the design, I guess, is different, right? So like FPS games, it's like
Yeah,
it's
it
gonna be
doesn't-
beautiful, but it's not gonna like
Bring you in.
yeah. There's no reason for the background. It's just there while you're shooting
Playing.
somebody.
Yeah.
Like when I think of when I think of what is it called? Destiny. Well, I would consider it kind of RPG. Well, yeah, RPG,
Yeah.
but like it's more like first person shooter
Yeah.
almost. And it's like the surrounding area is like beautiful and it's great and
But
it's
you're not focused
well
on
designed.
it.
Yeah.
I'm focused on killing that
Exactly.
bad guy.
Yeah. It
I'm
doesn't. Yeah.
shooting people over
The
here.
first
It doesn't like sink you in, and
Yeah.
it doesn't give you that same kind of like ambiance that a first person like.
yeah, you're just
like
like,
a
oh, this
RPG
weapon
would.
is dope. Like this,
Yeah.
this weapon. Like I
Yeah.
remember playing the first Destiny. It had like over 2,500 hours in it. Like that game was so good. Like I would play Trials every Friday.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It's fun.
Um,
But that's definitely, I think, what for me at least. That's what it's the difference.
yeah. But I have a
Definitely.
I have an intro before we continue on.
I
And
didn't
it's
play
a,
my intro.
well, you just played it and
I
it
played the
sounds
trailer.
awful. Like when it's coming from
Oh my
like,
God.
the mic. Go ahead, play it one more time.
No, I already exited out of it.
No, you did not. Oh
I
my.
just did because you said no.
Go ahead, pull it up, and then go through your history. It's okay, but I'm gonna play mine first because it's a good segue.
I already know what yours is.
Well, no, you go ahead. Hurry up and find
I
it.
don't know what it is.
Go to history.
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 this is-
Is this it?
Yeah.
All right.
Let me change the.
Is this another
playback.
Bloodborne thing?
Yeah.
Of course it is.
It's the sequence. The sequence
It's
she was
the-
telling us about.
The one that just plays if you just
It's probably not as fun for you, our listeners, but if you're curious, you should look it up. It's actually like very
Yeah.
well made.
Obviously, mine's gonna be better because it's attached to the mix amp. So.
Yeah, of course yours is gonna be better. But like I said, this isn't the trailer, and it's not in the actual game either. It's just something that plays if you leave it alone.
The game.
Like if you
the
leave it on the
opening
loading
scene?
screen,
Oh, okay.
probably sounds really bad.
It's like
No, it sounds
gothic
okay. It's
Victorian,
okay.
Yeah, like look at it,
decrepit.
decrepit, Victorian.
We're just over here watching a video.
It's like a movie trailer.
Gurman.
I feel like yours is like more like visual. Like a visual pull you in type of thing.
If I didn't know better, I would think this was Resident
Resident
Evil.
Evil.
Right,
I was
Resi.
thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
I was like, this motherfucking dog. I remember them.
If that's not a horde of zombies, I don't know what it is.
Resident Evil Village mod.
Yeah, village.
I showed Asley, man. Yeah, she was thick.
Shh, listen. See, that's the hunter.
Okay. Always
Chopping people.
Chopping people. It was a beautiful game. I mean, it still is a beautiful
Still
game.
is.
Yeah. That's pretty dope.
That's the village.
That's the village. That's definitely Resident Evil.
They've got the village from this.
They
I know,
took
right?
yeah, they took village from that.
It's not done yet.
Oh my goodness.
This is like the lore.
I mean, we can watch it.
We got
After.
time.
Oh, well, our listeners.
Yeah, our
they're
listeners,
Just, they're
come on.
listening to nothing.
Yeah, we
almost
can do
done.
it another. We can do it another time. It's
almost
not.
done.
It has like 24 minutes.
This is the whole. This is all the cutscenes.
Oh, okay.
I'm stopping it
That's-
here.
I was like, what?
This is just the opening.
Okay.
See,
Ooh.
big ass skeleton.
Okay. Pretty amazing. What is that? Wukong? Is that a guy?
Cleric beast behind him, and that was it.
Oh, okay.
See,
That's pretty good.
That's pretty.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's very good, but it's very hard for the listeners to
I know.
see that or hear that because
I
that's
know,
more
I
of a visual thing.
we need
Yeah.
you need to set it up to
Well, I
where
can't.
like
It's only
if
attached
I
to one
pull up-
channel.
I know, but if I pull up something on my screen, that they can see it too. We need to hook it up.
It won't work like that. I could do it on mine though,
Fine, whatever.
because it's being recorded from mine.
Okay.
Next time.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z. But no, I wanted to be because that was. I mean, that's a good segue to the story narrative that we're going to next. So Bloodborne had a great story, a lot of lore,
Tons of lore.
and then
all From Software games have tons and tons
I'm bringing
of
up one of my favorites. Let me see if I can do it real
I
quick.
can guess what it is.
Go ahead and talk while I'm doing it. I don't know.
I think Bloodborne is like very visually aesthetic just because it's so clear. It's like very crisp. And it's like of the times. Like when did it come out?
2013, 14, 15?
Yeah. I think
Between those
that's-
3 years.
I know it's like just 10 years, but it seems so amazing that back then it was beautifully well done.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. It's hard to see games like that nowadays, I think.
It's so good. Okay. Black label's ready. Oh, I knew it. It's Elden Ring.
The fallen
Yep.
leaves tell a story.
This is a good one, too. Also From Software. From Software is so good. So good. The music is epic. Have you seen this ad?
The great Elden Ring was
Oh, we get
shattered
copyrighted?
I don't know, but if we do, whatever.
in our home.
It's a game. I bought this.
Across
game.
the
It's a
fog.
fair class.
The lands between.
I think copyright can't be used. Copyrighted things can't be used to make profit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're not
We don't make
making
profit.
any profit.
Ooh.
Isn't it
Now,
visually so nice?
Queen Marika the Eternal is nowhere to be found. And in the night of the Black Knives, Godwyn the Golden was first to perish.
Slaughtered him.
Soon, Marika's offspring, demigods all, claimed the shards of the Elden Ring.
This trailer it's beautiful because it's in the form of art and not
Cinematic.
Yeah, not cinematic. I think that's what really captures like the story.
Yeah.
Because then they can
Shattering.
focus on details that you can't so much focus on with cinematics.
Yeah.
A war from which no lord.
This is why a lot of games have art books that you can buy because
It's so
these,
good.
these,
A war
these developers, these
leading
artists,
to
they create
abandonment
sketch drawings of every
by
scene
the
in games
greater
before they even make the
will.
game through technology. So it's a great way for us to see their progress and also
Rise now,
to see like
ye tarnished.
how beautiful it was on
Ye
paper
dead,
before it
who
transitions
yet
to
live.
screen.
Hey, yours
Tarnished.
is long too.
Mine's better.
Look.
Rise now, ye tarnished,
The dung eater.
ye dead, who yet live.
It's coming.
The call of long lost grace speaks to us all. Horalu, chieftain of the Badlands, the ever brilliant
So good.
Goldmask,
Sorry for you guys out there listening to this right now.
the deathbed companion,
See?
the loathsome
Dung
eater.
eater. The loathsome dung eater. But okay, yours might be better, sir, but mine is like 10 years old and they're from the same developers.
Yeah.
So just fine. They're both
Sorry,
from software.
sorry you
games.
guys had to listen to that, but it's
they
like,
must have learned what would better captivate people.
but it's like one of those things where I wanted to bring up where, like, story and narrative, like that whole narrative of just talking, showing artwork, and then the music, it just like sucks you in. I remember when I first started that up and I started playing it, I was like, oh my god.
You got the chills.
When he's like, ye tarnished, I was like, oh my god, dude, it was so great.
It is good. It is good.
But yeah, so we often say, story is the heart of an RPG, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Geisha, do you think that a great story can save an otherwise bland game, or do you think it still needs a little bit of gameplay to be hooked?
I think that you can have a great story, right? But in a game sense, it needs to be balanced very, very well. You can have a good story, but gameplay, mechanics, just like little tidbits here and there can also ruin a game. What's that one game, Forsaken? Remember? It looked so good, but mechanics were bad. Gameplay was bad. Like, you changed her nail polish and she got different abilities.
It was called Forspoken.
Or Forspoken, whatever it was. I can't remember the name of it. And I remember seeing the trailer. Damon and I watched the trailer and we're like, this looks so good. And then it came out and it was just not great. So I think it's especially hard for developers when you have a good story to balance it very, very well. Because if you don't balance it well in a game, it could make or break it. And a lot of people will never know this story because mechanics are so bad.
Yeah.
I think that it's a very, very fine line.
Yeah. So, as a leap for you, which RPG storyline do you think sets the gold standard of how an emotional arc should unfold?
I think that depends on the person, right? Because something that...
Yeah, but you could
Use your
I
own
guess.
experience.
Yeah, use your own experience.
So, because Kingdom of Amalur is my favorite,
Mm-hmm.
I think what draws me in is the story behind the game. So, like, obviously the game has a plot, but it's the story of the whole world that was already, like, it's already been made, right? So this whole world already exists in paper form, and it's very comforting to me, and it's great to see like words on picture. So like I can visually see what all of that stuff now looks like. I think that's what draws me in. Not so much a story. Like your story could be like okay, and I'll still play it. I'll still enjoy it. But I think I'm so invested in that world already that that's what draws me in.
Yeah.
Regardless of like whether the gameplay is good. I still really love the story, so I'm going to play it.
Right. And I think you definitely hit it on the head as opposed to like what I said, right? That it has to be very balanced. But in the same sense, you could have a game whose story isn't that great, but the world that they built and the world, the lore, everything they built is so great and so immersive that people will continue to play it, even though the story is kind of lacking.
Yeah.
You know?
How essential is side quest to world building, or do you prefer like
I hate
straight linear?
I love side
I
quests.
fucking
Yeah.
hate side
I
I
quests.
will
I
play
love side
every.
quests.
I will do every side quest before I ever continue the main
I feel
story.
like the
I hate
side,
it.
I feel like the side quest builds to the game. It adds more. Adds more character. Like you feel like the game itself is alive, if that makes sense. Because like when you're on a linear path and you're like, okay, from point A to point B to C to D, whatever. But like when you can go from like, oh, I'm on the main quest. Oh, you know what? The map just opened up. I'm just gonna do all these side quests. You could learn about other characters, other NPCs, get new things. It's just it's more in depth. It builds the world around it.
Right.
Like the story. Okay.
Right. No, I agree.
Okay. What are you gonna say?
I was going to say side quests definitely can play a key component and add that extra layer that you were talking about in a video game. Like let's say you have a side quest that explains a little bit of the lore or shows a side of the character you don't normally see. Maybe the character is like, you know, very linear in their emotions and don't show it, and then you have a side quest that will show their emotions a little more in depth. But when you pack 300 something side quests into a game that have no point, don't include it. Example,
Tell me.
Hogwarts.
Oh,
There are so many fucking side quests
There's
in
nothing wrong with
Hogwarts.
that. I think that's just you though.
They're the same.
No, I don't.
I'm flying around popping all these goddamn balloons.
Yeah, you're popping those balloons, but
Why?
you
Those
get,
are like
you
trials,
Get, but
though.
you get something too for it at the end.
Oh,
you get
a skin.
Yeah, I mean,
skin.
there's always a reward at the end of the game.
A skin. And if you make these 300 damn side quests a part of a trophy, I hate you. I hate
because you're
you.
a trophy hunter.
Because I'm a trophy hunter and I have to do 300 freaking side quests to
I
get
mean,
100%, to get
I
a
guess
plat.
it's just how you look at it. Like
I can't stand
Fallout
it.
has so many
can't
like
stand it.
Easter egg side quests. it's amazing. Like all the Fallout games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's, per person.
Per person.
But yeah.
But don't put 300 in a fucking game.
Yeah. So what? So you talked about Witcher, right? Earlier. Did you bring up Witcher?
I did not. Nobody did. But I planned to bring up Witcher.
Oh, I thought I was
Maybe
I was thinking about it. So like Final Fantasy, The Witcher, what specifically made those two games stand out? Like narrative wise, character wise, like the way that if you make a choice, it's pretty much affects your whole story.
I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this, and that's okay. But maybe it was because I played The Witcher so long ago. It was a great game. Don't get me wrong. It was great. I loved it. I had so much fun.
Usually when people start a conversation like that, they're going to shit on it. So.
But
No offense.
I personally do not know. I'm missing what makes it like game of the year,
Really?
Yeah, like I personally
I think
don't
you're just
know.
mad because Bloodborne lost out to it.
Probably because they came out in the same year. Bloodborne was second, by the way.
First of all,
Okay, second place.
let me interrupt. No, you go ahead, and then I'll bring up my point.
My point I was trying to make was that yes, The Witcher is such a great game. It's such a good story. The books are really good too. I didn't get through all the books. It's kind of a hard read. You have all these characters coming in, and you lose track of who's who. But anyways. Like the books are great, the storyline is great, Geralt is great, everything is great, right? In The Witcher, but I'm missing that one like oomph that propelled it out of my scope of it's the best and it's the greatest, and I don't know what that is,
Yeah. So to me, The Witcher, compared to Bloodborne, there's a huge difference. Bloodborne is very chaotic. It's very it doesn't tell you what to do. It doesn't tell you where to go. There's no story. Like there's no. This is what I'm saying. It's like the only way you can figure out a story is if you find certain characters and you take what they say. They may say a couple lines, and then you have to take what it says, like the little. If you haven't played
the item description,
like
so
spoiler
so
alert. But if like the item descriptions, the point where you talk to the little girl in the window and then you find her body later on, it's like that wouldn't happen unless you did these certain things.
Right.
And you don't know how to do those certain things because it doesn't tell you.
Right.
But The Witcher is it gives you like point A to point B. It gives you like a map pin, a location. And The Witcher's story is crazy long compared to Bloodborne.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And I feel like that's why it was more easier for the fan base to play. It's very easy game.
Yeah, maybe, and that does play an aspect of it, right, too. But in my defense, Elden Ring is the same exact way.
No, but I feel like Elden Ring, it kind of at least gives you like the graces on the map where to go. It points you where to go.
That's true. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like it points you in the direction you need to go.
Yeah.
And it does give you a little bit of lore in the opening cutscene that we just watched when Bloodborne is missing that completely.
Everything, yeah. Like Elden Ring talks to you. There's like NPCs that tell you in the very beginning, oh, you're maidenless, or this and that. Like it gives you like a whole description of what you need to do.
True. He's jealous. He wants love.
But yeah, so
Sorry,
let's talk about mechanics and player progression, okay?
Okay.
Put the cats away and let's focus up,
He's
please.
down.
Thank you. So again, as I said, focus up.
I am.
Focus on combat, leveling, skill trees, character customization. So, gameplay-wise,
Okay.
as a lead, do you prefer a turn-based game or real action, like real-time action for RPG?
Ooh.
It's tough.
I love both.
Yeah.
Because turn-based like really makes you think. Like you gotta equip your people the proper way. I feel like, because I love a good just like hack and slash my way through stuff. But that's like, there's no real skill. Because they're like, here's some combos you can do. And I'm like, yeah, I don't care. I'm just gonna kill whatever I can in however way I can. But turn-based is like, I don't know, maybe turn-based. Because you have to really think about the way you build your characters.
And also, like, the way you take a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I think, yeah.
Yeah, with, like, real-time, you could just fucking smack, slash, do
Yeah.
whatever. Like, real-time, you realize, like, okay, this character or this enemy is going to hit me no matter what. Because, like, on real-time, you could dodge You could do this. But on turn based, you're like, okay, I hope he doesn't RNG shit on me
Yeah.
with his spell or
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah. What about you, Mem?
I personally am the opposite. I like turn based. I like to get
She
in
said
there.
turn based. She liked turn based.
I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not turn based. I like real time.
Yeah.
I like to get in there, hack and slash, dodge to the
favorite
left,
game
dodge to the
is
right,
Yeah.
hack and slash, hack and
Bloodborne.
slash, hack and slash.
Yeah.
But I do see the benefits of turn based. Like Baldur's Gate, you being able to switch from, well,
yeah. No,
you know, it's when you get into a combat in Baldur's Gate, it is turn based. But when you're just out in the world and you decide, I'm going to shoot you in the face
from far away.
you can shoot him, and then it will trigger to the combat and turn based. So I can get like 4 shots off before I turn into turn based. So I see the benefits of both.
Yeah.
It's just my playing style. I am more aggressive in my RPG playing.
Yeah.
That I want to get in there and I'm gonna like shit on your face. And if I die, I'm gonna back up and heal up and come back.
Yeah.
Plus,
You
you
know?
can like stealth with.
Yeah.
Yeah. On Baldur's
And like
Gate, yeah.
dodging and like
Real time,
rolling and
yeah.
like parrying, and I really enjoy the combat system of Final Fantasy 15. I
It's
think
a real time game. too,
yeah,
isn't
which
it?
is real time also, but like
It puts you in the fight too, though.
yeah,
doesn't it?
and you're like up in there, and
Yeah.
your camera's just like right there, and you're like flying over there and flying
Yeah,
over there,
it's
and
kinda cool.
switching weapons between this one and that one, and it magically appears, and like you throw it and stuff. So I like the in your face kind of for my RPGs.
Yeah.
For
I
my
don't-
RPGs.
Have you guys ever played Path of Exile?
No.
No. Okay. Maybe I'll answer this question. And so, if you guys want to put your 2 cents, you could. So there's like leveling systems, you know, like straight linear, like level 1, level 2, level 3, and it automatically puts whatever, and you could pick like 1 or 2 different things. But on Path of Exile, there's a huge tree, like crazy amount of like over 100 to 500 different things you could select. So it's like a skill web, kind of like a Diablo 4. I'm not sure if you guys seen
It also kind of reminds me of like Final Fantasy X, where it had like that web, and you kind of lit up the dots, but then one dot can lead to like a fork left or right, and you pick which way you want to go.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Do you guys prefer like a complex leveling, like a skill web type thing, or do you guys prefer linear?
I like both combined.
It's like you can make your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how King of Amalur is. So there's skill trees, but it's divided between might, mana, and like stealth. So like the trees you pick lead to certain skills in those aspects, but you can build your character depending
Yeah.
on how you want it built. So I like both. I like it combined.
Yeah.
I like together.
What about you, Geisha?
I just no.
Just
No.
simple.
Just simple, because when you throw all those things to me, like Baldur's Gate and like all these 20 options you can pick, I'm lost in the sauce. It's like
Yeah.
I just want to play the game, do it for me, give me like the 5 categories: stealth, what is it, vigor, strength, arcane, resistance. I don't know, give me like 6 categories and I will pick between the 6.
I mean, that's
Stealth,
kind of
endurance,
a tree
you know,
you're
like
picking from.
yeah, but it's not like I have
So
20
intense.
digital options. You know,
Yeah.
it's like I have 5 categories I can put my points into. I'm gonna go strength, endurance, and vitality, and that's
Yeah.
it. I don't need magic. I don't need all this stuff. I just want to get in there and play.
Yeah.
When it gets too complicated and I have to look up how to build a character, I'm just like forget this.
That's
Yeah.
the best thing, though. You don't have to look up anything. You can build your character how you want to build.
But I suck at building characters. I don't know what's good and what's not good.
Do you guys enjoy micromanaging loot and equipment, or do you guys just like to find the coolest gear?
I have OCD, even in my game. If you watch my stream, Pint Size Geisha on Twitch, you will see me pull up my inventory a gajillion times, organizing it. I don't need this. I don't need it. Throw it away. You know, I can't hoard. It's only
Yeah.
if I need this, I'm gonna take it. If I don't need it, get rid of it. Bye. Get out of here.
I kind of just go with whatever's best.
Yeah.
Like highest level. If I look silly, like in Hogwarts, I got the silliest hat, but it's got the highest level, so
Yeah.
I'm wearing it.
I'm kind of like a synchronized, like if the gear all like does something to one ability, I'll do that. Like I like focusing on
Like sets.
Sets, yeah.
I didn't know we were talking about gear. I thought we were just talking about loot in general.
No, yeah, and that's the same thing.
Okay.
Micromanaging loot, equipment, or do you just want to find the cool gear naturally without a huge grind?
Oh yeah. Well, gear wise, yeah, set me up for whatever's best.
Yeah.
But little loot wise, like get out of here.
Okay. Name.
I don't need the spoon.
Name one RPG mechanic you think is genius and wish that more games would copy it.
NPC fighting.
Yeah.
I think it's really fun when you can kill just like random
M-
players.
NPCs.
And
Yeah, random NPCs.
And then the reputation just whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoy
Yeah.
it.
People
That's,
start hating you.
that's why I
Yeah.
was surprised that Avowed didn't do that. Because I'm like walking around. I'm like, oh, can I shoot this guy and take his gear? Like, you can't even shoot random NPCs. So
There's no like toggle.
No.
Mhm.
So it was
That's
just,
a good one.
Yeah.
That's
It's
a really good
fun.
one.
It's
That is
No,
fun.
I agree.
No, that's good.
That's a really good one.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you guys play BG3,
Yeah.
you gotta fight that urge to kill everyone.
Oh no, I
Yeah.
went back and I kill everyone.
Yeah.
That's why I was such a high level before I wiped. Oh,
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about world building and immersion. All right, so is world building can make or break a RPG.
Mm-hmm.
So, babe, do you think that big open worlds like Skyrim are better than smaller like denser maps like Dragon Age, Origins, or what else can I think? Because Final Fantasy games are huge too.
Yeah.
What's a small game?
Like
I guess Zelda, Link.
Zelda, yeah,
The Link to
Bloodborne
Pass
is pretty
kinda
small.
Bloodborne's kind of small.
Mhm.
Elden Ring's actually
Huge.
So do you think that a bigger is better, or there's smaller, denser maps better?
I want to say that it depends on the type of game, right? If you're developing a game, like let's say Elden Ring, and you want it to be like this 300-hour game, then a bigger map is better, right? But if you're developing like a smaller game, like Bloodborne, where it's very linear and straight to the point, then maybe a smaller map is more successful. Me personally, I didn't have a problem with the map. Well, I kind of had a little problem with the map on Elden Ring, and mine problem with it was that it was just so fucking huge, and thank goodness they put a gajillion like fast travels there, but it was just so fucking huge. Like I remember falling asleep trying to get from point A to point B.
What game?
Elden Ring.
Oh my god, you're disrespectful right now.
Oh my god, stop. But then
That game was fun.
that game was great.
But there
It's
is
such
so
a good
many
game.
things to do between point A to point B. You're just a linear player where you don't want to
Exactly.
do side
Yeah,
quests.
you asked for my opinion, sir.
You
Don't
have a
gang
cha-
up
Yeah,
on
but-
my
wait,
opinion.
You can have your turn
Okay,
next.
I'll retort
Exactly.
afterwards.
Exactly. Keep it professional, sir. Not attacking like, well, you're just a linear player.
Save your rebuttal.
Yes. Yes, I am a very linear player. I admit I'm a very linear player. But see, now I lost my train of thought.
Sorry, you're
Elden Ring
talking
was
about
very
it
big.
It takes a long time to get there. You
Yes,
fall
it takes a
asleep.
long time to get there. I kind of lose interest in the game if it's so big. If the map was so huge, I kind of lose interest in it because I'm just sitting here going from point A to point B, right? Don't get me wrong, Elden Ring is such a good game. Elden Ring was great. Bloodborne, I can sit there and I'm still going to fall asleep sometimes, right? But I can sit there and it's just like we're going. Boom, 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 boom. We got it. We're done. But then the problem with Elden Ring being so small is I have to run the same map from start to finish to level up and to grind and to farm. So I guess that's my biggest thing, right? You have a smaller map like Bloodborne where the map can be done in like 30 minutes, but then everyone is dead. So you have to reload it and run the same exact map. You know where all the enemies are, where all they're going to spawn over and over and over to level up. Well, Elden Ring is so huge, it's going to take you hours to run the whole damn map. And you're not going to remember where everybody is. So I kind of get that element of surprise for the bigger map, but then you get that repetitivity with the smaller map.
Mm-hmm.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know my answer.
That was a long question or answer. But
Yeah.
yeah, thank
It
you.
was very
What,
in-depth.
what if I wasn't interrupted? Maybe I wouldn't have
I
taken
mean, I
some.
interrupted you for like 10 seconds.
What's
Whatever.
your rebuttal, sir?
Yeah. What's your rebuttal, sir?
I feel like larger maps with everything around it creates a story, which is why it says world building and immersion. So I feel like larger maps create more of an immersion than smaller maps. You're able to explore, find like in Avowed, you could find there's so many treasure chests, and it just kind of makes you like, oh, I just want to find more treasure chests. I want to do this. I want to look over here, find this, kill that. I think larger maps create more of an immersion. Denser maps, like let's say Bloodborne, I wouldn't say it's more immersive, but I do think Bloodborne is just different than different games, or different than a whole lot of games, because the way it's set up. So like you basically can say Elden Ring is the same as Bloodborne, it's just bigger, but there's also more immersion. You can talk to way more NPCs. You can do way more things. But yeah, that's my thought. I think a bigger map with more immersion is better than a denser map with less immersion.
Rebuttal.
We're not here to argue. That's just my answer. So I'm going to move on.
But you argue with me.
I'm not with you. I said larger maps are better.
No, when in the middle of yours, you started arguing with me.
Oh,
Or the middle of
go
mine.
ahead. Did you have
arguing with me? I was just gonna say that when done properly, a denser map can be just as immersive as a larger map.
Okay.
That's all I was gonna say.
Okay. Yeah.
Just because it's a denser map doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be, no matter what, less immersive than a larger map. When done very well, it can be just as.
But
on
you're
par.
also picky with games, and you don't play a whole lot of games. So I feel like your expertise when it comes to this type of stuff, it's not as good as mine. You know, it's not as great as my knowledge when it comes to this stuff.
Okay.
I'm just messing with you.
Okay,
but
sir.
All right, Azalee.
You guys had great counterpoints.
Is there an RPG world you found so immersive you just wandered around aimlessly? I'm gonna assume you're gonna say Kingdom of Amalur.
Or what about Hogwarts?
I mean,
Just ignoring the main quest, just like, oh, I like this game. I just want to do some
honestly,
shit.
it's so cool, guys. If you've never played this game, you gotta play it.
Are you talking
guys
about
just
Kingdom
don't-
of Amalur?
Yeah, you guys just don't understand.
It's on Steam, like a remake of
it.
it's on
You just
Steam.
don't understand how. I don't know. It's not even like a great storyline.
No,
like,
it's not. But it's a fun
the
game.
world
It's
is
just
so immersive.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Maybe not even immersive, because like I'm only interested in it because that's like the kind of world that I like. Like I like reading stuff about that. I like looking into it. I like games like that. So it's very fun and interesting to me. And it's kind of very basic in its story, right? There's no real like intel to gain from this game except for just doing the storyline. It's just beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
It doesn't take much for me to like a game. You just gotta,
Okay.
it's gotta be aesthetically pleasing to my eyeballs.
Yeah.
Dang, we have a lot to talk about when it comes to RPGs. It
I
seems
know.
like.
We might need to act a second episode on this.
No, I think we're good.
I want to deviate because there's this new game that just came out recently. It's called Enigma of Fear. Have you guys
No.
heard of it? No.
Not
It's
yet.
very cool. It's like almost 8-bit style, kind of, but also not. Like it like melds like two different art styles together. But so good. And if you look on Steam and look at the reviews, everyone loves it. Like this game is so highly reviewed. But the story itself gets so hard. Like the game gets so hard to play just because there's like so much info and like the puzzles are really hard. So not a lot of people finish it, but everybody loves it. So I think that's a good part of RPG games as well. Is it might be too hard to finish, but it's like still a very good game.
Yeah.
How important are dynamic NPCs to your sense of immersion? Does scheduling, like let's say you can only complete a quest at night. Do you think like night and day cycles are great? The way shops are closing and opening at certain times, or do you think that doesn't matter at all, or does it matter a lot to you?
I like it.
Yeah, like it adds more immersion.
Yeah,
when it's
it
like
does.
a night or day thing. Because I know in sorry to interrupt you, but there's like what game is it? Now I can't even think. I know some games where it's nighttime you can't do stuff, but you could also break into certain places when it's night. So it's like, and there's like certain NPCs that are not at night and certain that are in day to create or to complete quests.
Complete
Oh my God.
quest. What my
Whatever.
short.
What do you guys think about that?
I like it. It does add a depth of like immersion to me, and yeah, I just think it goes with it. You know, like it's midnight in my game and all my shops are closed and I'm dying over here and I need a Healy potion. What do I do?
Yeah,
I have to wait.
Yeah.
You know.
What about
I
you?
agree. I
You
agree.
agree? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If you guys could live in one RPG world tomorrow, what would you pick and why?
God, this is such a hard question.
I mean,
I know
This-
I've answered mine many
this
times.
might be different, No, I'm pretty sure I've said this before. I would choose Harry Potter.
I know.
wanna
I
have
would choose
spells.
Harry Potter too.
I want to have spells.
I would say Final Fantasy.
I want to
With
be.
materia and-
You get knives, swords.
Swords, that could be a little-
You can have a gun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that world is just like at war.
You're a Potter. Harry Potter. You're a Potter. You're a wizard.
You're a wizard, Harry.
You know, in Hogwarts, I'm just a wizard. I'm just a witch. I'm just living my life. I don't got to worry
Flying on a
about
broom.
wars and
Just-
flying on a broom and just learning
can ride a
spells
hippogriff.
and you know
the
having
dead one too. Whatever the dead one was
Yeah.
called.
Oh, Thestrals.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like Harry Potter or Hogwarts, I should say. I'm just living my best life. You know,
Yeah.
I kind of want to live in Bloodborne, but then I got to hunt and I got to kill and I got to be
Mm-hmm.
on edge all the time. I would choose Harry Potter too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
know.
know?
It's
Okay.
it's like fun.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like
It's not
I
too
might-
serious.
Yeah, I might skip this segment because I don't know what's your guys' knowledge on like JRPGs. Like
Isn't Final Fantasy a JRPG?
I have no knowledge of JRPGs.
I mean, I guess in a way, like when I think of
None at all.
JRPGs, I think of like Persona,
Oh.
like stuff like that. But I guess, but like when people could say like Western RPGs or like Witcher and Fallout. So I
Yeah.
guess it's just different takes. How you
I
look
guess
at it.
my knowledge
Yeah.
is not very.
I have no knowledge of it whatsoever.
Do you know? Okay, so you know Dark Souls and Monster Hunter, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's say, what about that type of game? Does that scratch RPG itch for you, or do you prefer the more story-heavy driven
But
approach?
you don't like Monster Hunter, right?
I don't. I think Monster Hunter could be great in a sense, but it's just so like overloading in information and so like
I think the buttons,
buttons.
the controls is what bothers me.
Yeah,
I think
there's
that's
just too much to think about.
that's what makes a heavy difference between Western and JRPGs is because
The
they're
controls.
so meticulous in like the way you have to do things.
Yeah.
So their brain is constantly like running
Yeah.
on high.
Yeah, see, not me.
And then
Uh-uh.
Westerners are like,
I press button, I
Yeah.
smash. Yeah.
I push this, I smash.
Yeah.
You know, when I play a game, I don't want to think very much. I just
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
play, and it's my way of like taking my mind off of real life, right?
Yeah.
So I don't want to play a game that's very mechanically heavy to where
Mm-hmm.
I'm have to be like, oh, I need to push this button
Yeah.
and then this button, and what does this button do, and what does that button do? I need a notepad with all my buttons.
that's why most Asian
know?
countries still have gaming cafes.
Yeah. All
They're
right.
so
This
into it.
this one's for you, Az. Do you prefer more tactical RPGs, or do you prefer indie RPGs such as like Undertale, Disco Asylum? And when I say like tactical RPGs, I mean like Fire Emblem or
I
Final Fantasy
love tactical.
3. Yeah.
I think one game that really, besides like RPGs, that really got me into the story was Generations of Chaos. It's a very turn-based. It's a pretty much turn-based game, and you like go around on this like game board. It almost like a game board. So there's like tiles that you can go and you can move and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just like
Reminds
so
me
cool.
of Final Fantasy Tactics. You remember that game?
I love Final
Isn't
Fantasy Tactics.
Valkyrie Profile like that too?
No,
It's not.
I don't
It's not
believe
tactical
so.
like.
Oh yeah, it is. I
Yeah.
thought you were talking about like
Oh,
game
not
boards.
like no. well, Final Fantasy Tactics is like
Such a good game.
blocky.
Yeah.
And like you have that. Yeah, that
Yeah.
game was fun too.
Like super turn-based.
Yeah, Valkyrie Profile was great. But yeah, I think tactical is more my speed.
Yeah.
Just because you got to, like, I got to plan.
Mm-hmm.
So in Generations of Chaos, you can you can hold your enemies captive, and then you can like get them to side with you and stuff. And so that was the greatest part for me because I was like, who do I want on my team?
Yeah.
And who do I not want on my team? Who can I just kill? I don't care about.
Okay. So, if one subgenre you'd happily play forever, you could only pick one: JRPG, Western, action, or tactical. For both of you.
I want to say action.
Action.
I'm all about the action.
Okay.
Let me get in there. Let me stabby.
So hard.
I feel like when I say that, I feel like I'm a grunt in an army.
Mhm.
Like, just let me at him. I don't
Yeah.
need to think. I don't want to think. I just want to get in there and stab.
Yeah.
What would you choose?
To be honest, I love all genres of
You
RPG.
said one.
Pick one.
Lately, I've been on the whole like open world RPG, like I guess
Westerner.
like Westerner, like Avowed is kind of like an open. Elden Ring, I feel like, is an open world or
Heavy
open world.
open
Yeah,
world.
like
Yeah.
I'm kind of like the Western style at the moment, but I do enjoy a good action or tactical. I have no experience with JRPGs. Honestly, I have never played Persona. I've only watched people play it. Dragon Quest was cool back then. I guess Final Fantasy is kind of like a JRPG, but I'd say Western right now.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think it's just because like that's what we're all used to
Yeah.
playing. We're all
Yeah.
grew up playing those games, so that's kind of what we're comfortable playing.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people, I think, in the States at least, make tactical-esque games very much.
Yeah.
Because RPGs are like the way to go, right? It's
Yeah.
very open world, very lore heavy. So it's If
Okay.
they just made more tactical games, I think people would like that more.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So final thoughts. Let's summarize some things. So we've covered mechanics,
Mm-hmm.
world building, subgenres, or personal taste. So I feel like RPGs, it's a huge, varied thing. It's very varied.
Yeah.
Your taste can be anything.
Yep.
So let's talk about.
Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about.
Oh my God.
Mm-mm.
So.
Talk about all the good things and all the bad.
Okay. But we've talked about how we enjoyed RPGs and how it's just very immersive and it helps us. To me, it's a getaway.
Mm-hmm.
Like especially when I was younger, it helped me cope with a lot. Helped me in general. I'm pretty sure
I think
the
that's
generation
for
nowadays.
everyone.
No, I don't think the generation's like they understand it nowadays because most of the time they're playing like Fortnite or like FPS games. I don't think they understand it. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there that get what we're saying, but I'm saying like this generation, it's kind of a lot different. Like they kind of move on from a game to a game to a game. It's not like you hold it, but
I think what you're trying to say
it
is
helps
like
us step it to another life.
this generation of gamers are all online and co-op gaming. While back in the day when we were kids, we were literally that one kid that sat in our room in front of a TV without any sort of interaction.
Yeah.
And I think that's the point you're trying to make is the difference in, I guess.
It's not like a shot at anybody.
Yeah,
I'm just
it's not
saying.
a shot at anybody. It's just there's a big difference between like the old school gamers who grew up in front of a TV by themselves, immersing ourselves into this world. And that's all we kind of had when our parents were out working and we were home alone all day, to the generation today where you can hop online and talk to other people from around the world and have that sort of interaction while playing a game.
Yeah, RPGs are just different. I mean, they're different.
Yeah.
So, any final note, Geisha? What truly evaluates or elevates that RPG from great to good? I mean, from good to great to you?
For me personally, I don't know. I have to revert back to Bloodborne because I'm sorry, Bloodborne is my favorite game, and it's so good. It's so immersive. It's so like in your face. It gets you in there really quick and really fast, which is what I like. It doesn't tell you the story flat out, which is also what I like. You kind of have to use your brain and connect the dots on your own. It is a smaller map, but it's still able to pull you in really quickly, and it's kind of like a hack and slash for me, right? You get in there, you hack, you slash, you gotta the down parts of it is a smaller map. You do have to run the map. Like I've run when I farm, I literally start from the very beginning and I go all the way until where I'm at, over and over and over and over and over. So it's easy. I know exactly where all the enemies are. I know where they're gonna spawn. I know everything about it. That's the down part of it, right? Of being a smaller condensed game. But that is what I like personally. I like the smaller, the linear, in your face, hack and slash, let's get it done. And Bloodborne to me is such a good, I don't want to say epitome because there's always room for another game to kind of come over and take over Bloodborne in my book, but so far it has like, it appeals to my playing style very, very well, and that's why I like it so much. And that's why I was kind of saying to you, I mean, you're different, right? You love Elden Ring, and in your category, Elden Ring is higher than Bloodborne. Totally acceptable. But for me, my playing style, Bloodborne is chef's kiss.
Yeah. Okay, Azalee, same question for you. Is it like more of a emotional attachment or engagement, or is it like maybe for like a replayable factor?
Both. I
Both?
think yeah, I think if it like again, I don't need a great story to love a game, especially an RPG. I need to be like, I don't know, it just has to look great, it has to feel great. I gotta like the like mechanics of it. Does it play well for me? Can I keep pace? Because like sometimes games get like too hardcore and then I'm like, ooh, I can't dedicate that much time to this game, so I just want to
Sure.
like get there and
Yeah.
be done.
Okay.
But yeah, I can't really say what would make me go back to a game besides just like having that emotional attachment. Maybe the
Yeah.
story's not great, but
Yeah.
I'm just like, ooh, I'm attached to this game forever now.
Yeah. So, I mean, in general, or not in general, but like, if you're still here listening, I would love to hear your, what do you think's a great game? Like, whether it's a classic, like, I don't know if you guys played Chrono Trigger. I played that. Final Fantasy 2, Final Fantasy 3, any Final Fantasy, Bloodborne, like Elden Ring. You know, like what's a great hit to you guys in your eyes? Like, how do you guys like it? I don't
Yeah.
know.
You know what other game I really love? Kind of
Con-
open world. I think it's called Blade Dancer.
Never
believe
heard
that's
of
what
it.
it's
Never heard
called.
of it.
But it's like, yeah, you play as this like soldier and you have to save this girl who's like a fairy-ish kind of girl. I don't know, but it's just very fun and it's
Yeah.
open world and it's great and I would play it again. I don't
Yeah.
know, it's like not the greatest graphics because it was like on the PSP, but you know,
Yeah.
it's still cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your answer to the question, babe?
What question
The
was
question about me and Az.
that? What
or-
truly elevates a RPG
Yeah.
from good
What
to great?
is your intake on that one?
If it makes me forget what's going on around me.
That could be like any game, though.
No.
You play a lot of games.
You do play a lot of
Why do you
games.
play them?
I mean, some games don't help me though. Like if I play WoW, I just play WoW just because I want to get stronger, or I'm just playing it because I enjoy like the whole like build my character thing. But like a game like Elden Ring, especially during COVID, Elden Ring was like, it just came out and everybody was playing that game, and the story was just great. And I think during that time, and I could say this maybe for a lot of people, like the reason why I played Final Fantasy and 7 when I was younger and it helped me is because it just helped me forget about what's happening in the world.
Yeah.
Again, because it's immersive and you're just in it. You forget about all the bad things that's going on around you. Like Elden Ring, I forgot COVID was a thing. I forgot that we were on lockdown for 2 years. You know what I mean? It just helps. So I think if a game can elevate your, I don't know. It sounds depressing. If it can take away what's happening around you.
If you can take that mind dump for a few hours and not kind of be an adult and deal with the
Yeah.
world, I think is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, because I mean, I play Apex, but I'm still fucking thinking what's going on around me, and fucking Apex makes me mad, but I just like shooting people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think there's a difference in
That's why it's
RPG.
not an RPG.
Exactly. Like it's just
Yeah.
a difference. Like if an RPG, there's great RPGs. I mean, I like watching people play Bloodborne. I like watching Elden Ring, like Final Fantasy. But I mean, like whatever RPG, I mean, they're all great. But whatever RPG like can make me forget about what's going on is my favorite.
You know what would have been great if Anthem had a storyline? It would have been the greatest.
I mean, it kind of did, but
It
it's
kind of did, but it was
Didn't
so
really-
muddled.
You didn't get to play it all the way through.
I was playing it. I was playing it for a couple days, hardcore, like a month ago. But it was like I realized like this game is, they never updated
Make
it.
Anthem with a storyline,
Yeah.
please. I will play the heck out of that game.
Yeah.
That's all I got, man.
The concept of Anthem was really well.
I
It
still
wasn't
gotta check out that one game.
executed
game?
well.
The
Executed.
Executed.
What was it called? The Papadopoulos told us about.
Oh, the
Mecha.
Yeah, the mecha one. I gotta play that.
What was it?
that's a
called?
From Software game.
It's a From Soft game.
Yeah.
What's
that's
it
pretty
called?
fun.
Armor.
Armor Core.
Armor Core.
Armor Core.
Yeah. Okay.
Armor
well,
Core.
I mean, I feel like keep grinding them levels, nerds. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh, stop.
Finish them side
Tell us
quests.
your favorite RPG games, because maybe we'll want to play them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll want to check them out.
Enjoy your journey in life and gaming. You know.
What did you just say, babe?
Oh, I said keep grinding them levels and finishing them side quests.
That is such a good. That's so good. We should make that like our outro every time. Like keep leveling up and grinding those. I love that. We're
Yeah.
gonna say that.
Enjoy the journey.
No, enjoy the journey because
Just keep grinding them levels and finishing those side quests.
yes, you're gonna say that every time
And
now.
then Azalee will take
and
over.
then Azalee will outro us out, and then I will say bye, and then we will be done. That is that's our
Okay.
thing
Can't
now.
forget your
Okay.
line.
I'm probably gonna forget it next week, but okay.
You have to say it. You need to write it down, and you need to
All
start
right.
putting it in like all the Instagram things. That's it.
Okay.
You know how like Fabian's one, they have like live, laugh, sports.
Yeah.
That's ours. That's our catchphrase now.
Keep grinding those levels and finishing the side quests.
Yeah, keep grinding them
Okay.
levels and finishing those side quests. I
All
love
right.
that. That's so good.
Okay.
You're so brilliant.
Okay, thank you.
As always, this has been Co-op Chronicles with Pint Sized Geisha, Black Label, and me, Azalee.
Bye.
We gather round the mic, tales of knights and dice. Gaming worlds collide, hobbies come alive. Azalee and Geisha chat, Black Label's where it's at. Movies and stories told, secrets to unfold. Co-op Chronicles, come and join the ride in a world where fun resides. Co-op Chronicles, hear the stories, feel the vibes. Lo-fi beats, they flow as we share what we know. D&D and game and talk, every journey we embark. Laughs and fun, now that's the plan. In our little podcast clan, women leading through the air. Join us if you dare. Co-op Chronicles, come and join the ride in a world where fun resides. Co-op Chronicles, hear the stories, feel the vibes.